G'day guys, it's been a while since I've done a video. Thought I'd bring the car out today. The weather's a bit better, it's been really bad last couple of weeks. And just want to give you guys a bit of update where I've been at with the car. I've had a few warranty issues that I've taken the car back to Ford for over the last probably month and a half. That I've tried to get sorted out. Firstly, the driver's window, it's been leaking water when I go through car washes. It's been leaking water, so it leaks a bit of water just above the door vent here. There's a little bit of spray and mist used to come in, so I want to take that in to get that looked at. And while it was there, I wanted them to look at a squeak I've had behind the dash instrument cluster. Now, the car actually had that noise probably since about a month after I bought it in May 2020, and it'd come and go, and I tried to sort it out myself and look at a few things, and I didn't pull the dash apart, but I was looking for things. I ended up identifying that it was the plastic surround around the instrument cluster. It's one piece from the air vent above the light controls over to essentially where it meets up with the center area where the other air vents are. The centerpiece there was actually squeak. If I pushed down on it, it'd go like squeak, like ee, like it was really frustrating. So I actually jumped online to see if I could actually find an OEM instrument cluster display surround. Couldn't find it. I thought, I'll take it to Ford. I'll try to avoid taking the car back there. Just, I don't know, not a big fan of taking the car back for warranty work. Don't know how they're going to treat the car and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I took it in the first time. Oh no, sorry, there was another issue as well. There was a knock on the front left near the suspensions. I thought it was like the front left suspension area. When I'd go around, let's say around about at 30 kilometers an hour, turn right and put a bit of heft on the wheel, a clunk would come, and I could probably get it to replicate because it's still doing it. So I got them to look at that. Anyway, so I took it in. They fixed the window. Thought to myself, if I take it in for the dash, they're going to have to order a part. I'm going to have to take the car in again anyway, and that's exactly what happened. So they fixed the window. They tried to fix the squeak. They didn't really fix it. They said that they would replace the piece. They actually ordered a piece in. It arrived within 3 weeks. But the funny thing was, in typical dealer work, I took the car back and there was like a plastic screw that had been stripped and left on my driver's side carpet floor. I'm like, oh, where's this come from? It's just, they could clean it out anyway. Bit of plastic there. I kept it anyway. So that they were mucking around because the steering column was dropped, and they were actually playing around there trying to refix it, I think. But anyway, they ordered another piece, got it installed, and they claimed to have tightened up all the front left suspension. They claimed to do all 4 corners. I don't think they did, but they may have. So the squeak's gone, the window's fixed, and the clunk on the front left suspension sort of still there. I actually found, I looked at it with my brother, actually found the front left engine mount was loose. Now, when the headers were installed, the engine mounts need to be dropped and removed so the engine can be jacked to put the headers in. So it looks like they weren't tightened up properly. So the nut that actually sits over the top of the engine mount was essentially finger loose. So we couldn't get in there with a conventional socket extension. We had to get some crow's feet. Got in there, I think it was a 15mm crow's foot that got in there. And we tightened it up, put as much torque in it as we could. Still making a bit of a noise. So I think it's actually loose from where it mounts to the engine block or the engine. So I've got to get it up on the hoist and tighten it up to do that. But apart from that, I mean, for the first time in 18 months since I've had the car, it's quiet. It feels like a brand new car. I had the squeak there for a long time. It initially had another squeak when I bought the car, which drove me mad. It was a metal-to-metal squeak, like it was really bad. And I've bumped into a guy with a 2019 Shadow Pack like this that had the exact same problem. What that ended up being was there was a bracket apparently that was scraping against the engine mount on the left. I took it back to Ford initially when I bought the car and ended up sorting that out, but that drove me crazy. It took 4 days to sort that one out. They had to get in touch with Ford in America, and apparently a very small handful of cars have had that problem, but I bumped into a guy where I live here in Adelaide that they had the same problem, so it's good to see that's fixed. Yeah, it's good to see that's fixed. All these things are sorted out now, so just sort out the engine mount problem, which I think is pretty easy. Just got to get up on a hoist and tighten it up. I think I'll be right with that. And apart from that, the car's running really good. It's running really good. No issues at all. I'm actually thinking of just running it on 98 for a couple of tanks. It's been running on E85 for about 4 months. Not that I need to. I just thought I'd probably do it. Maybe I've heard it can help just protect all the electrical connections on the fuel pumps and all that. But it's a brand new car. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. But I'm feeling of doing it because, you know, I just want to just do that. Try to give it a few cycles here and there. Yeah, apart from that, the car's going good. I was going to try to get it out to roll racing again in a couple months, but I'm actually expecting another child in a couple of months. So if I don't get it out, it's going to be a bit of a challenge to try to get the car out again for a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I wish there was a drag strip open in Adelaide. I could take the car and try to get some quarter-mile runs with it, but there's just nothing available at the moment. So you know, Adelaide International Raceway is closed down for maintenance, and they're having a few problems out there, from what I understand, with the contractors and bits and pieces. So yeah, just try to enjoy the car as much as I can. The weather's clearing up now, so I'm going to get the car out a bit more. So yeah, I was going to see if I can get some acceleration runs on it today. I'm trying to find a 100 zone where I can just give you guys a couple acceleration runs on the drag. Let's see how I go. I'm going to see if I can get a 0 to 100 run here off onto the highway here. Yeah, but look, I've had a lot of feedback from people watching my videos, which I really appreciate. People from Canada, people from the States, I think there's people from the UK as well. So that's really good. You know, I'm really glad people actually watch the videos and enjoying them. Getting a lot of people saying they're enjoying the content, they're looking forward to more. That really motivates me to do a few more videos. You know, it's just good to get that feedback. And a few people asking questions about the headers and the E85 and the tune, and I like to answer those questions and get back to people. So if you got any questions, you know, hit me up. You know, I've had a bit of experience with this thing at the moment. It's doing pretty well, and you know, I'm finding little sort of unique problems that you come across with the ownership of one of these over a longer period of time, and trying to, you know, work out all these solutions on the go. So yeah. Another thing, I checked the air cleaner that I've put on the JLT. I checked that about a week ago. It's been on the car for 3,000 Ks. Didn't need a clean. It's fine. Didn't need to be oiled. So they are pretty pretty straightforward when it comes to maintenance required on those. There's not much needs to be done, which is really helpful. And I thought I had a few little issues with the transmission. I always make sure I warm it up before I put my foot down. I always make sure I'm patient with it. I don't like to put too much heat to the transmission if it's not warmed up. A few instances there, I was finding that I would go from neutral to drive, and it would take a good 1.5 seconds to engage, and same from neutral to reverse. Now, didn't really matter if it was hot or cold. Did it probably half a dozen times. Hasn't done it for a while, so I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I've told Ford it's happening. I said to him, I got him to price me up a transmission fluid service. Came back at like $850. They didn't recommend doing it with only 13,000 Ks. It's, you know, it's unlikely it needs it. They just said monitor it. They know the car's tuned. They didn't seem too fussed about it. I suppose if I went in there with a Edelbrock supercharger or a Whipple, I might think a bit differently. But you know, it looks like Ford, you know, the local Fords here aren't too bothered with the E85 and the aftermarket tune. But anyway, we'll see if it comes to crunch time and something goes wrong. But I'm not expecting it. It's performing fine. There's no issues with it whatsoever, apart from a couple of times I've noticed that. So I should keep an eye on it. If it gets worse, well, you know, I'll monitor it, and if I need to do something about it, then so be it. But I'm not too concerned, to be honest. engines are pretty stout for these power levels. Yeah, I'm still planning to take the car and get a dyno tuned. Oh, not tuned, just get a power run on it. Just haven't had the opportunity to do that, but I want to get that done within the next month and a half, at least before December. Just get a power figure on it, film it all, and post it up. I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I probably want to take it to one of the dynos where a lot of the locally tuned cars are done, just to see how it compares the remote Lund tune compared to local tuners on a dyno that's actually relative. So it'd be good, might make less, might make more, but I got a feeling it's healthy, so it's probably whereabouts it needs to be, which fills with a bit of confidence, which is good. But no, overall the car's great. I love it, absolutely love it. What a great fun car these things are, and if you're out there and you're lucky enough to own one, you know what I mean. And I tell you what, if you're watching these videos, you're probably considering getting one or wanting one in the future, because I know before I bought this, I was hooked on watching videos on YouTube of YouTubers that have got these things and their experiences with them. And if it's something that you're interested in doing and you can afford it and you can fit it into your life, they'll bring you a lot of joy. You are buying a vehicle that has really good styling with a good drivetrain, and that's what you're getting. Look, let's be honest, the quality isn't horrendous, but it's definitely not up there with European stuff or better quality made vehicles like that. But in saying that, you get what you pay for. 70 grand this thing cost me for I've heard one of the most sophisticated naturally aspirated V8s you can buy. It's funny actually. That reminds me of something. I was having a conversation with somebody via social media, and let me just get around this tractor. That was close. Via social media, and he was saying to me, he's surprised that these things are made in this gauze, probably makes 540, 50 horsepower, something like that. Now, if you think about it, you go back 10 or 15 years. I'm not an idiot. I'm not by any means comparing this to a Ferrari. So you guys, I'm not. But 10 or 15 years ago, a Ferrari F430 was making, what were they making? 500 and something horsepower. Now that's a 4.3 litre naturally aspirated V8. So they've come a long way. Consider you can get that kind of performance in a car like this for this kind of money these days. I mean, you got to put it into perspective for what they are. I've come down a dead end here. Didn't mean to do that. You put it in perspective like that, it's bloody great. With a few mods, reliable mods. So it's I think it's a good thing to consider when you look at that. And that's sort of where we're heading with these cars. Things are getting more powerful and better quality over time, and so you're getting that engine performance. You're getting the transmission, which is great, and it's a very fast accelerating vehicle. Now, sometimes I drive this thing around, I think, oh bloody hell, it's quick, but I don't know if you guys have looked at those new Tesla Plaids that have been released by Tesla. And these things are the fastest thing on the road. It's unbelievable the way we're going with electric cars, and it's exciting. I'm not one of those guys like, oh, V8s, internal combustion's the way to go. I mean, I'm all for whatever gives you the thrill, and this gives me the thrill. I love it. These things are going to be a rare dying breed, and those new electric cars are going to be the way forward. And with those Plaids are ridiculous. I mean, I've seen videos out there of them racing ZX14 road bikes, and they smoke them. You buy one of the new Plaids, you are the fastest thing on the road. I mean, if you've got an 8-second street car, you're going to struggle to hook that thing up against a Plaid which runs low nines. So pretty exciting stuff, and it motivates me to keep this. It motivates me to look after it and keep it for a long period of time, and enjoy it. Because a naturally aspirated V8 with 5 litres of capacity you're not going to be able to get them in the future. They're just not going to be around. They're not going to be sold. The next model Mustang, who knows, might be a V6 hybrid. There might be a Coyote. We just don't know yet. But I feel lucky that I've got one, and particularly the way used car prices are going at the moment. I feel blessed that I've got one, and I want to look after it, and I want to keep it, and I want to enjoy it, and that's the main thing, and that's part of the enjoyment of owning a car that you're enthused about. So I suppose if you're keen, you want to get one, and you can afford it, and you can fit into your life, get them while you can, and if it's not this, get something else. If it's not a Mustang you want, buy something else that you want while you can, because if you've worked hard, you're in a position in your life where you can spoil yourself, and you can make the smart decision. Just do it. Enjoy yourself. For years I just worked my ass off, and I thought, it's not the right thing to do, and I pulled the trigger. That's actually an interesting story. How I actually got onto the Mustangs, because for a while I was just focused on, I got married, I got focused on just setting my life up, this and that, and I was always into cars, but I thought to myself, there's nothing to buy. I'm not going to buy a 370Z. I'm not going to buy I want to buy something affordable with fun performance, but anyway, so I didn't even consider the Mustangs, to be honest, and then a good friend of mine bought a 2018 in 2018, and that was the year I had my first child. We had our first son in November, and my good friend and his wife and his two sons came over to visit us, and they came over in his Mustang. They hadn't seen it before. He's like, I'll come over in the Mustang. I'm like, oh, cool, man, great, excellent, like cars. Anyway, so we're talking. He goes, come for a drive. We'll go for a drive in it. So he jumps in, takes me for a spin. I'm like, this is cool. It's loud. It's rowdy. The auto shifts well. It's got good power. He goes, you want to drive? I'm like, yeah, okay. We'll go for a drive, So we swapped seats. I jumped in it, and I think it had 2,500 Ks on it, so it was running. Jumped in. I thought it's roomier than I thought. It's actually quite spacious. He ran me through the drive modes quickly. Before I knew, I put my foot down, matted it, pounded through the gears on the paddles. It was great fun. I thought to myself, geez, I want one of these. I thought, gee, I want one of these now. And then I thought, I've just had a son. He's 3 weeks old. Can't do it. Not the right timing. Not a smart choice. So I sort of forgot about it for a while. 6 months. I had it in the back of my mind. Then a year later, I just got the bug. I got the itch. I got obsessed. I was watching videos, and I was pricing them up and talking to the wife about it. And she loves cars. She's great. She's super supportive. She's like, look, you work hard, Jim. You work hard. If you want to get it. We'll enjoy it together. And she was absolutely right. And she supported it. And, I went and signed one up, and bought one, and loved it since. So everyone's got a different story on how they get into their cars. But that was mine. So yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Not much of a video, but I'll leave it at that. Bit of a chat. Like I said, I want to get the dyno day going, and yeah, no worries, guys. Have a good day wherever you are around the world. Stay safe, and if you like the content, subscribe. I'll try to pop out a few more videos. Bit of a delay since the last one, but I haven't had a chance to drive the car much. But no worries, guys. Take it easy. Enjoy.